Welcome to my lobby. I don't know why I love doing welcome to my lobby so much, but I do. It is I, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, the critical acclaimed sports analyst. I'm not the Undertaker. I'm Jacob Moore. I can see the faces of everyone else in the background that you guys can't see yet, and they look very confused by me just being my weird self. But welcome, everybody, to the Analyst Desk. We're ready for another action-packed show, and we are joined by Mr. Adam, who was not bit by a spider. He was bit by a goat. We're also joined by Lane Dashing Dashko and Mr. Moore for your money.
Woo! Hello, everybody.
He is already griping about Joseph Wool, and we haven't even been on for 3 minutes.
Now we are.
Of course, Dave, you got to get your Wool sucks in the comments. How's it going, Rick? Always good to see you. Remember, Rick's going to be a special guest with us very soon, so be locked into our social media.
And check out his podcast, Hamilton Sports Central. Amazing stuff.
Absolutely. Leafs, baby, win or lose, it's my team. This is a comment that I like to see. A positive comment. Lane. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Dan, yes.
Yes.
I don't know, probably to your comment about Wool.
100%.
I don't think you could fully blame Wool on the loss.
Oh, my God.
Wait. So, Dan, I want to go through the goals.
No problem.
Okay, so let's talk about the goal. The first goal. The first two goals, there was both a guy left in front of Joseph Wool by himself. Should he maybe make a save? Yeah, but he's a guy left in front all by himself and a well-put shot.
Yeah,
but
it was
what
good
is Wool
shot.
supposed to do? There was two deflected goals.
Yep.
And it's just like there's one goal, one of the Tarasenko goals he should have had, and it was the empty net. But it's like, what is Wool supposed to do when the rest of the team doesn't start playing until starts playing for the first 5 minutes, falls asleep for a period and a half, and it wakes up in the third period, starts to get going, and then still gives up some, and then can't get going on a 6-on-3, 6-on-5. Sorry, but it's like I won't blame Wool fully for this loss because he didn't suck in this game. He kept it from a far larger deficit. The Leafs should have lost by a lot more than what they ended up losing by. But I don't blame Wool for this loss.
Oh,
okay.
And he's just like, mic drop, let's go. I'm sure he's just having some technical difficulties.
Well, it's like
my Wi-Fi was just acting weird. Sorry.
It's like if it wasn't Wool's fault, he would have not been pulled.
That's not true either. Because there are plenty of times a goalie gets pulled and it's to try to send a message to the team. I'm the middle here. I feel truthfully, I don't think Joseph Wool even should have started tonight, as I said earlier. But the goals, you'd like him to maybe stop half of them, but they're not necessarily his fault either. The Leafs need to be better defensively. But at the same time,
if we stopped half of them, we would have won.
But at the same time, I'm going to stick with my psychological theory that I honestly think has to do with Stolarz coming back. I think it's shaken Wool's confidence, and Hildeby's been able to find his way through it. Hildeby has to start the next game. And that's not me blaming Wool necessarily for this entire game. The defense was bad. We have a comment here saying from good old Brandon, always happy to see at the desk, that Benoit had a bad game. It also brings to my point, they need to go get Luke Shen. They need a sixth defenseman because between Benoit, Myers, and Murmis, they don't have one.
They need to replace Kristianov. They got everybody.
Like, even if Hildeby starts in this game, even if Stolarz from last year starts this game, we still lose. Everybody sucked. Wool wasn't the issue. Everybody else sucked. Like, you can't play well with a god-awful team in front of you.
But does it say something that sometimes you notice how they play really? I've always noticed this, and I notice this a lot with other teams too. So it's not just at least when I say this. do you feel like maybe the team doesn't have confidence in Wall, so they're kind of not playing as well? Because you notice how certain teams, and the Leafs have done this before. I noticed it with what's his face, Samsonov. They didn't trust whenever Samsonov was in net. They always played so bad because I feel like they didn't trust him as a goalie, so they didn't make the right reads. They didn't play the right way because they didn't really trust him to make the right save. I have a weird, suspicious feeling that right now, with the way Wall's playing, the Leafs are not playing the proper structure because they're worried that Wall's going to let in that bad goal.
Look, guys,
because as soon as Hildeby comes in, they play a completely different game.
Okay, but no offense. Okay, but we said
I'm not saying it's right or wrong,
but we've set this up. I'm going to call you out a little bit, Lane. You said this about all the coaching issues. Well, how many coaches can you go through? How many goalies can you go through? You can't keep blaming one position. Like, you can't say it's not the coach's fault because we've been through so many coaches.
Well, I do think it's the coach's fault because they should have played Hildeby tonight. They should have played the hot hand.
But I'm just saying in previous previous conversations,
hard.
And we need to get to a lot of comments. But what I'm saying is we need someone's got to take accountability, and they can't just keep passing the buck to their $3 million goaltender.
If they can't,
I mean, you're having so many other players. Okay, Matthews got a goal, great, but Matthews' line didn't look great tonight. Max Domi had a terrible turnover again. It's like every game he has a bad turnover, and you can't keep always going on. It's the goaltender's fault. I think we could have had vintage Curtis Joseph in that tonight, and there's a good chance we would have lost. Because at the end of the day, when your team is just not playing defense in front of you, they're not clearing pucks out, they're not making smart outlet passes. Simone Benoit went from being the best sixth defenseman in the NHL to the worst in 6 months. Like,
Benoit was an even player tonight. I don't get what the big deal was.
Wait, I have something to say. I have something to say. If this team can't play for Joseph Woll, but it can only play for one goalie,
6.
If that's the only guy they can play in front of, then they should just get rid of Woll. They should get rid of Woll, get rid of Stolars, and play Dennis Hildeby and the other guy in the AHL, and just see how well this team plays with those two. Because those are the only two guys this team is going to play in front of. Then go ahead, put those two in front and see how well they do. Like, it doesn't, like, that's not something like this team can't keep doing this. Like,
that's true.
It's like a joke. Woll is very capable of being a starting goalie. He's proven that. I'm done with this stupid narrative where it's like Woll can only be a backup goalie because he's proven time and time again in multiple seasons now that he can be a starting goalie. No, stop shaking your head like that, Dan. No, because you're
goalie, you gotta play more than 40 games a year.
Dan,
actually, not in the new era.
Stop talking for a second. Let me continue with what I was saying instead of interrupting me going on your Woll sucks rant like you always do. Like,
I wasn't talking at that time.
Woll has proven multiple times now that he can be a starting goalie. He has two bad games in a row, and people are acting like that's like it's not like other goalie. It's not like every other goalie has had bad games this year. Shesterkin has had plenty of bad games. Does that make him a shit goalie? No. It doesn't. That's maybe a bad example, but Ottinger's had bad games. Jordan Binnington's had bad games. Shesterkin's had bad games. Sorokin's had bad games. But Bobrovsky's had bad games. Like, goalies are allowed to have off nights. It sucks that he's had 2 back-to-back. That doesn't mean we could just go back to what he's already proven. He's proven it in the playoffs, Dan. Whether you want to, like, you're going to argue that point with me, but you're wrong because statistically,
he's lost every game 7 he's been in.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Dan, so is the Leafs. What's your point?
Like,
when was
this team?
You can't solely blame one player for a team effort. And again, Dan, let's say you work, and I know then Lane definitely wants to get to some statistics here, but let's say you work at this huge corporation, right? And there's the $1 million CEO and there's the minimum wage janitor. Who takes more flack when there's a mistake? The $1 million CEO, not the janitor.
Joseph depends what the mistake was.
It doesn't matter.
The mistake was because the place was a mess. That'll be the janitor's fault.
No, it's not, because at the end of the day, it's the $1 million CEO who picked that janitor. You look at
Austin Matthews, buddy.
John Tavares, Morgan Riley, Matthew Nyes. I know Nylander's injured, but Willie Nylander, and just statistically in the past, You look at all that money, right? That's where the blame has to go.
In front of him.
You can't just keep blaming these. It's like, remember, years before, the reason why we sucked was because of Pontus Holmberg. That's why we were bad. And you look at all these, how many goaltenders have we gone through? Andrew Raycroft, Vesa Toskala, Samsonov,
James Reimer,
Campbell, Reimer, Rask, Stolars, Hildeby, Ed Belfour, Curtis Joseph, Felix Potvin, Frederick Anderson. He was a good goalie, and we all said he was the reason why the Leafs kept losing.
He wasn't.
You can't keep blaming goaltending when you're built to score. You have some of the best goal scorers in the entire league. And am I saying Joseph Woll played well tonight? No. Am I saying I don't even think he should have started tonight? But the point of the matter is, when you have Austin Matthews, John Tavares, and Matthew Nyes, you should be able to score 7 goals and win a game. 3 goals is not enough. I don't care that Gustafson's a good goalie.
Blaming one position for a loss is, I'm sorry, it's a lazy excuse from an absolutely lazy fan base that has no sense of thought.
Well, the comments agree with me.
Well, no, because Dan, of course they agree with you because it's the same. You're all in the same school of thought where it's like it's every Leaf fan. Every Leaf fan is the same school of thought half the time, and it's like let's blame one position, and then that's all it is.
Comment.
So let's go through the players who have all been blamed for losses by the Leafs, and then eventually ran out of town because the Leaf fan base just can't get over.
You're welcome, Foligno.
Can't get over themselves and just blame everybody else. So Freddie Anderson, who was one of the Leafs' better goalies in this last 25 years,
also does
he
a
played great, but he
year.
ran out of steam every single year. I just don't understand. Jay Gardner was always blamed, it seemed, for whatever reason. Countless other guys, but it's like you can't just blame when a whole team plays badly. You can't blame the goalie who by the way, Woll gave up a lot of goals, but he also saved a lot of goals. This game could have been a hell of a lot worse. No, you can't because it's the same position that keeps getting blamed, Key. I'm not saying you can't blame him because he did have a bad game. I'm not saying Woll had a bad game, but the whole team had a bad game. Why is Joseph Woll getting blamed? Why is Joseph Woll the one that sucks? Austin Matthews may have had 2 points. He didn't have a great game. None of the forwards had a good game. None of the defensemen had a good game. Nobody had a good game. All I'm saying is stop blaming one.
But the opposite.
Stop blaming everybody. Stop blaming one guy for a loss that sits on the whole team. Craig Berube did not have a good coached game. Nobody had a good game tonight. And I say just blame the Leafs lost this game. Joseph Woll didn't lose this game. The Toronto Maple Leafs lost this game because they played horrendously. You can blame Woll for this game, but this is my whole issue. Everybody just goes and blames one person. And even if you're not meaning to do it, you're letting everybody else off by just blaming Joseph Woll. That's my gripe with the whole thing. Why are we blaming one player? He did play badly. He didn't have a great game, but so did nobody else. If you can name me 5 players that had a good game tonight, then yeah, but that's everybody else. Everybody else sucked outside of those players. Nobody had a good game tonight. Nobody did.
I get that.
But but Dan, you say you get it, but you keep blaming Joseph Woll. You keep doing it, but it's everybody else. If you understand that, then you say you understand it, but I don't know because just keeps happening. Stolarz was atrocious this year, so I don't know why.
Well, I get that. I'm not saying Stolarz is any better, but you need a goalie not to allow 5-6 goals a night. You're not going to win many games in the NHL if they're allowing 6-7 goals a night.
I agree with this comment. It'd be nice when the Blue Jays are back. But Lane has pulled up some statistics, and Dan, statistically, Joseph Woll was not allowing 5-6 goals a night. Lane, the floor is
but he is now.
Dan, it's one game. But Lane, the floor
what happened in Vegas last game?
Anyways, but yeah, there's Woll's career stats, right? Of course, he was kind of just getting into the league here of 4 games, 3-1, second year 6-1, 25 games, 12-1. Then he had his breakout year last year with his 27-14 with a 273 goals against average, 909 save percentage. He's come back with pretty much the same. I mean, obviously hasn't played 41 games, only played 19 games because leave of absence, and they haven't played a full season yet. But still, he's still 11-4-3 with a 273 goals against average, which is pretty much bang on with his career.
Yep.
And a 914, which is pretty much bang on for his career. Look at his career; he's at 274 goals against average, so he allows 2 to 3 goals a night. Saves about 91%. And then if you look at his playoffs, and we'll go to his most recent games here. Again, that was a bit of a bad. That last year was a bit of a bad year for him statistically. But you look at the years before, right? 4 games played, 243, 915. That's bang on what you asked for. 23-24, way above average. 964, 0.86. I don't know why he wasn't the starter that year. And then 2024, 2025. Yeah, he had a bit of a bad year because the Leafs played 2 games where they didn't even try. So that's not really his fault. And I would agree with that. Those games weren't his fault. Now, if we go back to his most recent games here, yeah, okay, so let 6 goals. They don't even tonight. He let 6 goals there, but then 3 goals against Colorado, shutout against Vancouver, 1 against Florida, 4 against the Islanders, 4 against Winnipeg, 0 against the Devils, 5, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 3, 2, 3. So he's a guy who's gonna go. He's probably gonna let you in 2 or 3 goals a night. He's probably gonna give up 2, maybe a third, and there's probably gonna be a goal in there that I guarantee you're gonna look at and go, "Oh, we could have saved that one." But I don't think he's a bad goalie. And I wasn't what I tried to say earlier. I never said I think Wall's a bad goalie. I think I kind of was trying to say what Adam said, but in a different way. I just don't think the team trusts him right now. These last 2 games, I feel like they're not trusting him, and they're not putting forward their best efforts because you look at the way they played when Hildeby, it's like a light switch went off, and that's not right for Joseph Wall. I'm not saying that's acceptable to go out there and play like dog poop, and then when the backup comes in, you go, oh, we're gonna play now. Like, well, yeah, but if you played like that before, you might not be in this situation. And yeah, you could say jet lag, but here we go with the dumb excuses again. I hate that. This is what I hate about this team, and this is why they'll never win anything. Is because all they do is go, we had to get on a plane.
And Lane's turning into me about the Bills on the weekend.
Oh, we didn't have our 5-star chef didn't put enough Alfredo sauce on our pasta today. Oh,
But-
God.
The Bills are a prime example. Can we blame Josh Allen for all those losses solely? No. But with Jacob Plant, was he the solution? No. Can we blame the coach for everything? No. Did he get fired? Yeah. Someone's got to take accountability when he just constantly keeps failing.
Actually, I would say, and Lane, I'm very surprised about number one. Funfish will never agree with Adam because they beefing. But Lane, I would say you're kind of in the middle between Dan and Adam.
Yeah, exactly.
And Adam, I know I'm not saying you're saying that Wool played phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
But
No, he's not.
I'm more towards Lane than I am about a little bit with the confidence issue. However, I'm
not
sick and
fair.
tired of that being an excuse because
You
the
had to-
Leafs have had so many different goaltenders over the last, even 20 years. You can't keep saying if we just get a different goalie. Like it or lump it, if the Leafs just kept Freddie Anderson back in the day, we may be in a better spot by now. Jack
I've
Campbell
always
was
wondered
terrible
that.
at Edmonton, but you don't know what he would have been like if he stayed in Toronto. Curtis Joseph didn't put up the same numbers in Detroit that he put up in Toronto,
We
but
gotta do viewer
maybe he
next
would have been
Wow.
the difference
Yeah.
maker because he was just a little bit better than Ed Belfour. But then Ed Belfour was better than the goalies that they had after him. So you can't keep blaming goaltending, although I would feel for a long time their goaltending, high five Lane, went on a
Well, I had a
downward
question.
trend. But I can't keep looking at it and saying that, oh, well, if they had a better goalie, they'd be winning more games. But in the salary cap world, I do feel Joseph Woll is the best possible goalie between Woll, Stolarz, and Hildeby. You are spending less money than what Florida's spending on one goalie. You have to keep that in mind as well. I'll give you a perfect example. Tanner Pearson. Will he score as many goals as Austin Matthews this year?
Maybe this year.
He has 3 goals, or you think 3 or 4 goals right now, Dan Matthews.
I'm having a joke.
But do you expect Tanner Pearson to score as many goals as Austin Matthews?
No.
So why do you expect Joseph Woll to have a better save percentage than Bobrovsky, than Shesterkin?
I don't. I expect him to be 900.
You're going after, and I'm seeing in comments, I'm not saying Frederik Andersen's good now, but at the time, he was actually pretty good when the Leafs cut him. And
for sure.
All I'm getting at is you have to look at what you're spending, and for what you're spending, you get a goalie that on most nights doesn't let in any more than 3. And with the money you have to spend on a goaltender, that's pretty good. Because I can go to Detroit, for example. John Gibson's more money. John Gibson is far worse than Joseph Woll right now. Cam Talbot's around the same money. I would say on a full season, Joseph Woll was a better goalie than Cam Talbot. I can go through so many goalies. Dan, look at Lankinen in Vancouver. He's a $5.5 million goalie. Statistically, he is far worse than Joseph Woll. Did Joseph Woll have a bad game today? Sure. I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. But my point of the matter is, I don't feel you can single that one issue out when you're looking at multiple bad penalties, multiple bad turnovers, terrible play in front of your own net, when that is more what the issue is. And I'm going to say this too. The bigger thing is with William Nylander being injured, high five again, Lane. I really feel that when Nylander's out of this lineup, the team just doesn't look right. And maybe I shouldn't have even played tonight. I know we got an assist, but he didn't look great.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to add on to something Adam said. And you guys, all of you, even the chat, and all you guys laughed at me when we on the game against Utah. And they lost that game, and they said, "Oh,
good
goal! To get on a really long flight, and my legs were really sore today." It's like, you know what's really bugging me about this team, and we see it over and over and over and over and over again. It's so many damn excuses. Like, shut up and play the damn hockey. You ever heard the song, "Oh, the good old hockey game"? It's not. It doesn't go. Where all we do is complain. We play the damn hockey game. We go out there for 60 minutes. I don't hear Sidney freaking Crosby talking about the lobster in Nova Scotia. I see him going up there and doing his damn job. He scores the goal. I don't see Nathan McKinnon crying about his commercials at Tim Hortons. He goes up there and plays the damn game. Shut up. Stop complaining. Stop talking about the Tim Hortons yet. Play the damn hockey game. Win the game! Holy crap!
Holy moly! Win the game, yo!
Stop it! Stop with all the complaining. That's why you don't win. That's why you don't get out of the second round. That's why no one will ever consider you to be a Stanley Cup contending team. Because all you do is sit there and cry about your janitor that he didn't clean out your stall properly last night. Like, quit the crap!
I don't.
No, but Dennis is making a good point here too. It's like, when he played double A and triple A, he had off nights too when he shouldn't have. Rick threw in the comments, crazy fight today in the Florida San Jose game between the goaltenders.
That was amazing a lot. What position did they play, Dennis?
Oh, when was last time I saw? When I'm thinking of goalie fights, I think of the Battle of Alberta.
Yeah, that's how I
saw
Talbot versus Smith.
That was the last good goalie fight.
That was an amazing fight.
Don't get me started on Gilmore again. I don't want to be on all night. But Gary Roberts, I love Gary Roberts.
Like, you keep
to the
saying,
street at boot camp.
But like, why do we keep talking about the leadership? Like, it's like
because
I understand.
It's atrocious.
Well, Dan, can I go before I jumped on? Like, it's because I keep saying this, and I feel like, but I keep saying this, like it's true to a certain extent that, yeah, the leadership is not great, but it's like, how do we know? I want to know, how do we know that it sucks? Does it suck because they're not yelling at their teammates on the bench? Does it suck because we know what's going on in the dressing room? Do we know how Matthews talks to his teammates in the dressing room?
No, we don't.
Do we know how John? No, we don't. We don't know. Everybody likes to make comments about leadership because they see certain captains yell at their teammates and do this and do that. But like, everybody knew heading into this that John Tavares was a little quiet leader. That was a fact
Welcome to
everybody in the
show,
NHL
new
knew.
viewer.
It's not like it was something that nobody knew. And it's not like it's anything that everybody knew Auston Matthews wasn't exactly a vocal, loud leader.
Mhm.
But we don't know what he's like in the dressing room, do we?
Well, and
If you guys have been in the dressing room, you guys can tell me about it.
I have been in the dressing room.
We haven't been in the dressing room
years
during
ago.
a game, and I'm going to say this, and this is coming from a millennial. So millennials, don't rip me a new one in the comment section. I don't think screaming and yelling at a bunch of millennials is going to get them motivated. It doesn't work anymore. There's reasons why coaches like John Tortorella and Mike Babcock and Dale Hunter can't get past junior hockey. Right?
I love Brendan's comment here.
But it doesn't work anymore. And I don't think a captain in today's era going in, look at Brady Tkachuk. He's loud and obnoxious. Ottawa sucks.
Well, wait, look at Brendan's comment. I love that. Gilmore and Roberts didn't lead the Leafs to a cup either. So why are we talking about it like they're great lead? Like they were these awesome
I think
leaders.
it's been a long time.
We didn't win. I
think it's a culture thing.
What difference does it make?
I mean, we have a novel here from Key. And this is more on Dan's Wool becoming one of those goalies. She seems to be agreeing with Dan somewhat. It's a great point. That's why the Rangers eventually had to part ways with Lundqvist in his last years. Turns out it wasn't his fault. He had heart issues. He didn't know about it, but it's a common tough decision to make in the office, not to keep an otherwise used to be a great goalie when he's letting in 4 to 6 a game. The thing is, if Joseph Woll was doing this over a span of like 15 games, sure. But I just honestly think for Joseph Woll, and we've seen this consistently with him, I think he just needs to get away from the net for a few games. Maybe that's all it is. Next 3 or 4, and maybe even you give Stolarz is close. I saw a comment saying, "Oh, we need Stolarz back." No offense, Stolarz wasn't any good this year either. And again, that's another goal at the beginning of the year. It was Stolar's fault we were losing. You can't keep using the same line. It's always the goalie's fault. And there was another comment here, a lot of comments about.
Thank you for all great comments.
But welcome back to the desk, Dean. Good to see you again. And goalies and coaches are always the biggest scapegoats. It's like quarterbacks and pitchers in their respective sport. Like I just feel like it's too easy to blame one position. And I guess I can't help it for me. Personally, I blame the guys that are making the big bucks, not the guys that are making the medium bucks and the small bucks. I'm not going to get into everything I do for work, but when I'm on a production, I'm the highest paid person. So therefore, if there's a major screw up, that's my fault. I'm in charge. I'm the leader. I can't blame someone else. That's my fault. And at the end of the day, I look at guys like Auston Matthews, and I know John Tavares is cheap now, but he certainly milked the Leafs dry over the last 7 years. And, guys like not that Marner's here anymore, but guys like Marner in the past, and Morgan Riley at 7.5 as your highest paid defenseman. I'm going to blame Morgan Riley more than I'm going to blame Simone Benoit, right? Because I'm looking at what they're being paid to do. And we can't just keep recycling goaltenders and third line players and bottom 6 defensemen. Eventually, you have to look at it, which I think they actually did this year, which is why Marner's not here anymore. But we have a lot of comments.
Oh, I love that comment.
Oh, I'm glad Dan's laughing. We'll get to it. Berube is drowning in his sorrows in Donair sauce. You know what? Donairs are pretty good.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
No rush about my comment. Lundqvist I did actually put the Lundqvist comment up, so I guess you put this up before I got it up on the screen, Key. But no, it is definitely an interesting take. You don't have to be loud, but you got to show some life.
But that's what I was going.
Yeah, I feel Matthews does show life though. I don't feel I think you guys act like he doesn't.
I'm not going to.
And I just can't agree with that personally. Again, you guys are up to your own take. I guess
I'm done making an argument about.
You know what? Screw it. We'll put this up. There's no swearing in it. There you go. Vintage Playboy mags in the locker room.
Lane,
you're a little too excited about that.
I'm done making the argument about it because nobody ever. It's like everybody's gonna have a different opinion about it, but I think he shows life. I thought the whole team tried, but it doesn't matter when you try when you can't get anything done. When it doesn't. When you try too late, that's the problem.
It's so random. That's the most random thing ever. At GameStop,
GameStop's not even a thing anymore. It's back
Yeah,
to
it is. EB's not a thing anymore, bro.
No, EB is now GameStop again.
Oh.
It switched back.
Well, it's like you call me Kevin, Jacob.
Hey there, friends.
Did he do that?
I guess what just grinds my gears is that everyone blamed
Gummies,
right?
Whoa.
I think what just grinds my
I wish
gears.
Dan would take some gummies. He'd be a lot more relaxed.
Oh, even if I took gummies, I don't think I'd be relaxed.
We just gotta get you the right gummies, Lane.
But what I think what just really pees me off is that, and I didn't say, I don't know if I can say that word.
You can.
It's just because we like you said, how many coaches have we gone through? How many goalies have we gone through? How many players have they gone through? It's been 50 years since this franchise has won a cup.
It's been more than 50 years, bud.
Oh yeah, it's almost 60. Sorry,
60
My
years.
bad.
Yeah, 60.
we're almost at 60 years now of this team not
But
winning.
you can't blame Joseph Woll that they didn't win in the 80s.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Okay. Sorry.
I never played Joseph Woll to start with. I said there's something going
fair
on
enough.
with this franchise's mentality. I don't know where it gets lost in translation, but something needs to change. I don't know what they got to do. Maybe they got to start wearing orange jerseys. Maybe they got to I don't know. Maybe they drop. What do we got to do? Because it just feels like no matter what decade it is, no matter what coach it is, no matter what franchise player there is, no matter what guy there is in the locker room, the same thing has been said for the last 59 years. And there's something that stinks in this culture of being a Toronto Maple Leaf that has not gotten fixed in 59 years. And I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is. I can't sit here and say that I know what it is. I don't know what it is because I don't necessarily think I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's the coaches. I don't know if it's the athletic trainer. I don't know if it's their routine. I really don't know.
Because it's just that it's really hard to win in the NHL. I think that's a big part of it. You got to remember.
Okay, but other teams don't do what Jacob.
Yes, they do. There's other teams that haven't won Stanley Cups in years.
But they don't. But they don't do the same things we do.
Yes, they don't. How many years was it until the Chicago Cubs finally won a championship? Yeah, it's baseball, but it's still sports.
But at least,
when was the last time the Buffalo Bills won a championship?
But at least Buffalo put up But at least Buffalo in their last game put in some damn effort. On the Leafs in game 7.
Don't get me started on that. I don't care.
They know what the Leafs do in game 7?
You know what the Bills do in a game-clinching game? 5 effing turnovers. You can make the same point about the Bills. You can make the same point about the 49ers can get one touchdown in an elimination game. You can make the same comment about the Bears. They hit the greatest throw I've ever seen in a playoff NFL game to then do one of the dumbest throws I've ever seen in a playoff game. It's all I'm getting at is you can't look at the team from the 70s and the 80s.
I'm just saying, but there's a trend.
What Brandon said, honestly, it does feel like the Harold Ballard curse. I mean, if you guys want to learn the full history lesson, I would love to go through that. Very hard to about swearing though. But thank you, Brandon, for agreeing with me. No one ever does here at the desk.
It's just frustrating.
I think everyone's got great points tonight. I really do. I think it's no way or one answer. I think it's a combination of everything but combined.
Yeah, YouTube sucks sometimes of what we can and can't say with our full, colorful language.
That's right.
I'm not blaming any specific.
How do you beat the Avs on? And honestly,
seriously,
what? No. I will tell you how. You get so amped up to play the Avs, and then you beat them, and now you're not ready to go again. The Leafs have always, not just the Leafs, a lot of teams do this. How many times do you see the Panthers almost beat the Rams in a playoff game? You got to remember that. The Broncos almost lost a game while creating 5 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I mean, right? It's just a different mentality. Unfortunately, that's why teams like the Islanders have statistically done so well, because they go into every night, especially back when they were under Barry Trotz, they went under the same mentality every night, no matter who they were playing. And that's how they won a lot of games when realistically the team was mediocre at best, but they kept going to the conference finals.
Yeah, that's true.
It says something. You can do it.
We got a Habs fan here in the chat.
Yeah.
And you know, it's the one thing I give the Oilers a lot of credit. And the Oilers haven't gotten it done. And you can say the same thing that's embarrassing back to back. But at least they're getting to the finals. They're making it competitive. Then when everyone
the Bills are making it to the final.
No, I said the Oilers.
Oh, what a
I said the Oilers.
I thought you said the Bills again.
No.
I'm still angry about my Bills.
I said at least the Oilers, at least right now with Connor McDavid. Yeah, he hasn't gotten it done. Granted, he hasn't. He's gone back-to-back years and failed. And there's a lot of criticism.
And back-to-back years in elimination games with 0 points. If Austin Matthews did that, we'd be talking about that for 15 years.
I wanted to update you guys on the national championship. It's 27-24 Indiana.
Whoa,
With
close
under 3 to
game,
go.
eh?
Indiana has the ball.
Wow.
I do
My
not have
headphones
YouTube
keep-
Premium.
Button
I do.
cutting out. Very annoying.
Adam, do you have YouTube Premium?
Why would I have YouTube Premium?
Lane does. Dan, do you have
I
YouTube
love it. I
Premium?
get to use my
What's
music.
YouTube Premium? I'm kidding. I know what it is. No, I don't.
I don't like watching ads, and I listen to music in the car. It's great.
Here we go. Dennis, that's the perfect reason why they lost.
It's Monday, bro. No one
Nobody
likes
likes
Mondays.
I don't like Mondays.
But yeah, I don't
I
know.
gotta say, shout out to Amazon Prime for Monday Night Hockey. I think we've done a good job. Like I was
they're
watching
doing
stuff
great
between
job.
the intermissions with
I can't stand the way Americans do sports personally.
No, I think we do a good job.
And
I
the
think,
camera angles are bizarre. Just stick to the damn wide shot. The other angles are all for your replays. Before you say you don't know what you're talking about, I work in TV for a
No,
living.
I know you know what
I
you're
do know
talking
what
about.
I'm talking about.
I'm just saying I'll give Amazon credit where credit's due.
I mean,
That's
they
all
do
I'm
a good job for American style broadcast. I just don't like the way Americans necessarily produce hockey on a personal level. But I think they try to use too many fancy shots.
No, I thought the intermission was good. I thought the game quality was good.
Dan, apparently you have sexy eyes.
Well, thank you. They are blue, like blue eyes are the best. Blue eye babies, right?
Now the real question is,
Oh,
what are the
hello,
Leafs-
welcome back. Is that a new Jay Power from Windsor?
Been on here before, but welcome back to the desk.
Welcome back. That's right.
Now let's get into another hot topic.
Amazon
We got
Prime for every game.
Okay, so apparently the Leafs percentage has went up losing a game. That's interesting. They were at 28% last week.
Because Buffalo also lost. Watch it, Brandon point out. Tonight would have been a great way to jump ahead, but it's one game. In my opinion, the way the Leafs have played overall, you still have points in 13 of your last 15 games. They're on a run that I still think that they can make the playoffs.
For sure, I'm not
games
saying...
is not. I don't work for EB. You know what? I need more money. If you want to get me an EB store, I'll run it and collect the profits. I'll tell you that.
Can I work the front desk? I'll just give me the game. You're not playing the game.
Amazon Prime talks more about stuff than the actual game, and that is kind of in my opinion, at least, that is American style production. I remember I'm a big Curtis Joseph fan, as you probably can tell. And I used to watch the Arizona Coyotes. Back then, they were the Phoenix Coyotes all the time. And I remember watching a game, and the announcers was just going on and on about the Washington Wizards in a Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix Coyotes versus the St. Louis Blues game.
Oh, that's right.
That's also the same game I think I saw a fan throw a shoe instead of a hat when a guy scored 3 goals. It was a weird time in Arizona. But I don't work for CHCH, so next game the Leafs got to win. Already given 5 or 6 points to Detroit. I do agree the next game against Detroit's really important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great. Oh, the Hawks. You know what, David? Since your Bears lost, I'm glad your Chicago Blackhawks won today. Maybe soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
have a good night, Dennis. Always good to see you at the analyst desk.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis.
You heard it here first. Main word to cashier at GameStop EV. He demanded everyone buying games to give him a game unless they know everything about the game.
I'd be like, read the disc. No, without reading the description, tell me what this game's about. You don't know you have to buy it for me
either.
Yeah.
I know what company.
Apparently this is the new game on trying to figure out where I work.
He works for the historic channel.
Lane, don't give it away.
I didn't.
But no, the Leafs need a bounce back win. But I am going to remind everyone while you're here.
Subscribe to our channel.
If you haven't subscribed to the
100%.
channel yet, please do. I wanted to beat Dan to it today.
Yeah,
And
I
you
would
know what?
just
The Ottawa Senators, you never know. Just because they're playing the Blue Jackets doesn't mean they won't lose. I don't work. Radio Shack doesn't exist anymore. I never worked at Radio Shack.
I mean, the Blue Jackets is another weird team. Like, they were at bottom of the conference, and then they trade for Mason Monsmart.
This is a very true statement. Better than American radio, which is just all about prescription pills and lawyer commercials. Have you been hurt by the Toronto Maple Leafs losing again? You can sue.
Yeah.
Has this never happened to you?
Yeah.
So I love those infomercials where it's like, "Has this ever happened to you?" It's like, "Oh, I'm injured."
We're not sponsored by lawyers, but we could be.
You know what, though? If you have a law firm and you want to sponsor us,
and also, is Ozempic right for you?
I don't work for Future Shop either. Future Shop also has been closed for a very long time, and I do not work for Future Shop. But no, Leafs should get a bounce back win. I honestly think Hildeby will start the next game. I think Stolarz will be back on the bench very, very soon. And I think maybe Wool will just need a game or two in the press box just to kind of reset. I don't think Wool's a bad goalie. I think he's on a bit of a bad run.
I gotta agree with you, Jacob. If
Like
all
Stuart
this
Skinner.
going on with Wall, you may keep the 3 goalies. You know,
Well, I think that really depends on how Hildeby does next as well. Hildeby's I just look at it when you have goalies that are relatively equal, then why not just run the one who's winning, and then when they don't have a good game, pull them out and put in the other one.
I gotta say,
the Leafs have a clear cut number one. I understand, Adam, you've said this before, that you need to make a decision by the playoffs, and you do. But right now, who cares about the playoffs? We just want to get
decision. I said this earlier. Just make a damn decision. I don't care which one it is. I could care less. I don't care, because going 1-1-1-1 or giving one goalie a run, you got to give one of them a run. I don't care who it is.
Sure.
Give it to somebody, because at this point you're just you're doing no goal either goalie any favor by not picking one of them. Just pick.
I
one.
agree with
It's
that.
not hard. Just pick.
It's a good point, Adam.
One. It can't be this hard. You're all grown-ups. You all know what you're doing. Just pick somebody. Like, just run with one of them. Like, we're not going to win any games if we keep switching goalies like this. Like, I really couldn't care less at this point. Just make a damn decision.
No, it's a great point. Like, you look at
be a disaster if they don't. Like,
well, you look at teams that do so well, usually for teams with a dominant goalie, right? Like a Bobrovsky kind of thing.
Yeah, Bobrovsky had a terrible game today. Florida's not going to get rid of him.
No, and like when I say about Joseph Woll, I'm frustrated because I don't think Joseph Woll's a bad goalie. I think he's a very capable goalie. So it's even more frustrating when you have someone capable and if he just allow the most deflating goals. I gotta say, he sounds like a super nice guy. I really like him. So when I say stuff, it's nothing about him personally. I hope he gets better. I really do. I hope he finds his game. We all know he took some time off. He's probably having some issues. I hope he works everything out and he gets better. I like the guy. Just right now, it's just very frustrating to see the playoffs slipping away.
They're not slipping away, Dan. Calm down. There's still plenty of you need to calm down. As Taylor Swift
it's like what Jake Brandon
said.
said.
By the way,
you said,
Taylor
Jacob.
Swift is Dan's favorite artist. If you paid Dan $20,
oh my gosh, no.
Dan, you say you do anything for $20. So if Lane pays you $20, would you listen to Taylor Swift for 4 days straight on repeat?
Well, yeah, $20.
See, favorite artist. But yeah, I really like Brandon's take here. I'm surprised we're still on Leafs goaltending. I didn't think this would be this long conversation today, but that's what you guys want to talk about. I would keep all 3 goalies and make a decision after the season. I agree with that actually a lot. Like, because none of these goalies have Hildeby has never been consistently in the NHL. Woll and Stolarz consistently get injured. Yeah. I'd like to see them just maybe keep all 3 and then reevaluate next year. Because look, I think this team's going to make the playoffs, but I don't think this team is a Stanley Cup winning team. So it's not like we need to make these big trades. Even if we go get Jason Robertson, we're not going to win a cup this year. That's just my 2 cents. So let's just get through this year, hopefully have another playoff run, get another playoff run under your belt, and then make decisions with when you have more cap space next year on what to do, whether that is giving up a bunch of more draft picks to get Jason Robertson, or it's, maybe it's you get rid of all 3 goalies and you go get a true number 1 guy. Maybe it's rip apart the defensive core because it's big and tough, but it's too slow. I don't know what the answer is, but you don't need to make the answer right now. I don't think it's not like Colorado all of a sudden can't get a save and they're in panic mode because they have a legitimate chance to win the cup. Toronto's not winning a Stanley Cup this year.
Oh, God, no.
I'm sorry. They're going to make the playoffs. They're not going to win a Stanley Cup this year. Will I cheer for them like crazy when they get in? Yeah. Will I probably throw a water bottle on the ground when they lose out of frustration? Yeah, I do it every year. It's a tradition. But I'm not expecting this team to win a cup. So I think making trades now doesn't make a lot of sense unless it's a trade that you think makes the team better 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road better. That's my 2 cents on it. So it's an interesting take from Brandon. Key back with the novel. Dan just said what we all think. The Blue Jackets are so weird. Why are they even a team? Oh, that's aggressive.
Yeah, true.
No one can take them seriously. I think if the Blue Jackets were in the finals, I'd spend all day Googling how to get out of the Twilight Zone. I don't think the Blue Jays will get to the finals anytime soon. I did shave. This is a nice shave for me. Okay, maybe my lighting's not as good, Mike, as you would like in our professional TV.
I need a shave
to work in. Dan needs to shave all the time. Criticize Dan. Not me.
I don't think he's criticizing.
Mike knows I'm just bugging him.
Yeah.
I've worked with Mike for years. Great guy.
Oh, yes.
Random question. Have you ever been to any concerts before?
Oh, I've been to lots of concerts.
No.
Yes.
Adam, you've never been to a concert?
We gotta take you somewhere.
Like I've been to like a small show, but that doesn't.
We gotta go see Fred Penner.
I've seen like.
What?
Who have I seen? I've seen Bon Jovi, seen the Backstreet Boys 4 times, maybe even
4
6,
times,
maybe even 6. I've seen Usher.
That'd be cool.
That was actually a really, even though it was mostly for women, that was a really cool show.
Oh yeah.
He did this cool thing where like at the end, so everybody knows this at the time his hit song was, it's like, oh my God. So he did this thing. He ended the show with that concert. And when at the end, it's like he goes like, oh my God. But he did, I don't know how he did it. He has some special effect. All these fireworks went off and these bright lights, and he literally collapsed the whole stage. And I was like, oh my God. It literally made you say, oh my God. I was impressed. I was like, I don't know how he did that. Apparently it's a special mirror trick. But I was like, oh, that was cool.
The last concert, technically would be when I went to the Grey Cup and I saw Green Day, but the last concert I went to, this was a while ago, but I went to see Classified, Headley, and My Name is K. My Name is K was terrible, but Headley and Classified were pretty good. I know we're not supposed to I know Headley, the lead singer did some pretty bad things, but we didn't know that at the time. And Classified's a legendary Canadian rapper, in my opinion. And this is my hot take that makes Dan mad. Much better than Drake. Classified's the best Canadian rapper, and it's not even close.
Oh boy.
Who's on your dream list to go see?
Eminem.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And also,
what about you, Adam? What's the concert you want to see your first one?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I don't know. Eminem probably.
Eminem be a good one.
That would be a good one.
Adam, eventually you can wine and dine me at an Eminem concert, okay?
Sounds good.
I'm trying to think.
I also want to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They'd be crazy live.
Who?
And the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Anyways, we can break down this Kiefer Sherwood trade.
Yeah, it's big.
The Sharks picking him up. I really like this move by the Sharks.
I'm so happy for the Sharks.
They don't really need to keep the draft picks. I don't know much about the defenseman that they traded, but Kiefer Sherwood's a very talented young man. He's only, he's young enough that he's still got tons of roadway, and
he's getting big ways in the offseason.
Yeah, but I don't think San Jose really cares about that. You want to see Blue Man Group, Brendan?
That would be cool.
Or Turnstile. Nobody said Volbu.
Boo.
Ren is the best rap rock and ever. Yeah, Ren's very good actually.
They are good, yeah.
Yeah. Meatloaf. I sang Meatloaf at karaoke and didn't know the song. I did okay at it. Top of mind, but I'd also love to see Imagine Dragons. Make me a believer. But yeah, I like this trade a lot for San Jose. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on it. But
I'm very happy. I said it at the Dex here during the NHL preseason show. I really like San Jose this year. I figured Sal Brini would be a bit better. I didn't think he would be the third best player in the league, but hey,
I think he won the Hart this year.
Great bonus. But I really like the fact that they went out, they got Ryan Reeves, they got Jeff Skinner, they got Dmitry Olaf, they got John Klingberg. Like they went out to spend some money and got some supporting staff for Celebrini and Will Smith and over young guys. And now they're in kind of a wild card playoff spot. So they go out and get Kiefer Sherwood, which I think was one of the best pieces available this year. So I give San Jose tons of credit.
Remember really I said there was going to be one more big trade if in the next couple of days, and sure enough, I was right.
That's right. I see that too, the domino effect.
I think, look, again, I don't think the San Jose Sharks are pushing to win a Stanley Cup this year.
No, we're going to make a one.
You do look at San Jose. They're actually, Dan, not in a wild card. They're third in the Pacific.
Oh, my bad. Yeah,
like, San Jose's having a pretty good year. And, I mean, Macklin Celebrini, in my opinion, is the best player in the NHL right now. And I'm going to get a lot of flack for that take. People are going to say it's McKinnon and McDavid. But I look at McKinnon and McDavid have a lot more to work with than Macklin Celebrini does.
Yeah.
And Celebrini, at his age, what he's doing, he's the next McDavid. He's the next McKinnon. So it's very exciting to see him do that. And I'd say for San Jose, awesome decision. I absolutely love the moves.
You see, Michael Misa got a couple of assists tonight in San Jose. That's pretty exciting.
I don't mind the Argos. I do not manage their fan club, no. But they're decent.
Oh! Carson Beck just threw the ball away. Indiana won the Natty. He just threw the ball away.
Indiana wins.
Carson Beck. That was a horrid play. Completely underthrew the ball. Completely through his receiver. But there's a flag. I don't think it's on the play though. But like that was just horrendous by Carson Beck. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And I mean, I think Pavel Bure and Austin Matthews were two very different players. And in that era, I'm not trying to be whatever, but that era, like bad players were scoring 30 goals. When he was scored 60, it's still impressive.
Well, Pavel Bure is one of the best of all time.
No, he is, and I'm not denying that. But you are comparing very different eras where you didn't even have to shoot the puck off the ice to score a goal. But Pavel Bure was a leader. I didn't think Austin Matthews should have been captain, and that's nothing against Austin Matthews, right? And Dan, but before you say Max Domi should be the captain,
no, I'm not going to say that. Like, no. Do I gotta say though? I think Austin Matthews has done a better job as he's becoming the captain. You know, he wasn't that good. He still has a long ways to go. But I think he's trying, you know.
I actually gave Austin Matthews a compliment. I'm sure.
Yeah, like, you know, and when we were talking about leaders earlier, I don't think a leader has to yell and scream at everyone. Everyone leads differently. But
exactly.
Like my example is you look at like Steve Yzerman. I think he's one of the greatest leaders of all time.
One of the best players.
Mark Messier. You look at Sidney Crosby. Like they are all phenomenal leaders, and they don't necessarily yell and scream the way Kentucky does, right? But they lead by example.
I don't think
they get the message done. They get the job done. And
I don't think Brady Tkachuk's a good leader. I think he's a baby.
Well, I agree with you, right? So I'm not saying that some people yell and scream and they're great leaders, so I power to them. But I'm not saying you don't have to be vocal to be a leader. You have to lead by example and get the job done. So, yeah.
Where does Panarin go? That's very
Chicago.
You know what? I don't know how Vegas will find a way. I don't know how they'll do it. Vegas always makes these trades that you're like, you don't understand how do they get Rasmus Anderson and save cap room? Like, it's just they're very, very good.
Because Calgary's retaining cap.
No, I understand that, but what I mean is if you said going into that trade that they were going to get better and save cap space, you'd be like, well, no, that's not how it works. Vegas is just very good at finding a way to make the big trade.
Panarin is going to Chicago. That's where I think he's going, because I think Chicago can offer.
It's not true.
It's like Chicago can offer them anything, like can offer them a
True.
lot more than most teams can.
Connor Bedard.
I don't know why people like think that's like a ridiculous take.
It's not actually at all. It's not.
But it's like,
I mean, trading Connor Bedard
obvious. Like, I think it's an obviously good spot for him. He's been in Chicago before.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's like it's a better fit than most teams. Like, I just think most teams can't offer what Chicago could for him.
Bozo the Clown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Tim Thomas Carey Price fight. That was a crazy one. That
was a good fight. No, I think with
I liked when McDonough was the captain after Callahan. Totally different.
Great captain.
Yeah.
Oh, I love McDonough. McDonough is one of my favorite players. I
think though the problem is you're in the new era of captains where your captain's your best player, and I don't think necessarily that's always the case.
Right, that's what I was trying to say. You look at Ovechkin. I think Ovechkin's a good leader, and you know who he gave credit to his leadership? What more for should do training for the?
Oh no, they shouldn't. This team would be god awful.
Well, you know what I think that's saying. Lane and I were talking about this. I think, Lane, we got to boot up the PS5 and I'll make some Leaf trades and see who can make the best team.
Let's go.
Dan would make awful trade.
Hey, like my team can, right?
Dan. No offense, Dan, but like the stuff, like it's like I don't mean to be like rude, but like I think some of the things you would do wouldn't work in the NHL. Like I honestly really do think that. Like I just don't think some of the trades you would make wouldn't work at all. Like I really do think that.
True.
That's just my. I don't think half the stuff I would try to do would work either. Like that's just how I feel. Like in game, it probably would work, but I definitely wouldn't do well in the actual NHL.
I want to say with Panarin
because they can't trade for him. They couldn't trade
me crazy, but I think Panarin could go Washington or Pittsburgh.
Panarin would like. I think Panarin would fully make Chicago. I think Panarin could make Chicago a playoff team.
Oh, I think he could too. I don't think it's a crazy take.
You guys got to remember, Chicago is only 4 points out of a playoff spot.
They're a very different controller. Jacob should give me a free controller.
I don't work for GameStop.
Maybe he does.
Send me your resume, bud. Maybe you'll get it.
The Wild again. I don't know how they do it.
That would be cool.
I think what Adam is saying is more realistic. I do want to go back to this comment, though, and this is a very good point, though, actually. Overall, goalies are better, but the top 5 goalies in the 90s, Hasek, Waugh, Brodeur, Belfort, Joseph. Yeah, a lot better than our top 5 goalies now. I do agree.
100%. Yeah.
Spencer Knight is like one of the better goalies in the league.
And no offense, but in their prime, all these guys are better than Spencer Knight. And I'm not even a Brodeur fan.
But the game is also different, too.
The game is completely different now than what it was.
It's hard to say if these goalies would be good nowadays because the scoring is just so much more elevated.
The game is much different now, and I think, and like I don't mean to be like, but I think there are a lot of fans nowadays, and I think it's just in general. Sometimes I think a lot of fans get stuck in a way of thinking because of how the Panthers have won their 2 cups, with the way that they think that being like big and physical is the way to win. Is just the way in general to win hockey because that's how it used to be. But the game is a lot faster now, and it is meaner, but like, it's a lot. The game is just a lot different than how it used to be. Where like guys like Gilmore and like bigger guys like that, the power forwards aren't going to win you a cup. Artemi Panarin's not going to get you in. Like, but Artemi Panarin makes Chicago a hell of a lot better than what they are now.
I don't know if I agree with you fully there, Adam. I think it depends on the team. Like, I look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. They need a Nazem Kadri more than they need a Panarin.
No,
That's
but
my
what I
2 cents.
mean,
It depends
no.
on the team you're looking at, right?
but Jacob, what I mean is that not like being big and physical, being like, so let's take Florida's like method and how they have won the last 2 cups. I think a lot of why they've won the last 2 cups is because they've gotten away with a lot of things.
And they have Bobrovsky.
The last 2, yeah, and Bobrovsky, but
They
it's
have
like
the best. They have the best
their
goalie in the NHL.
their style of play works now, but that doesn't mean it's going to work in a couple of years. Like being only big and physical.
Yes.
I think there are some fans out there that actually do think being just big and physical will win you a cup. But that doesn't mean, but that's not always. I don't know who this junior is.
That's you, Adam.
I have a name. No, I'm not. I haven't. Anytime he puts my junior in there, I'm not going to answer.
Well, maybe your dad's name is Adam. Thus mean you would be.
They need.
Junior.
This is what they
my
need.
dad's name is not
They need
Adam.
some
That doesn't
Manscaped.
make any sense.
We're not sponsored by Manscaped, but we could
The
be.
Leafs need to.
He's pointing out we need to be sponsored
to
by
shit.
EV tonight.
Yeah.
That's
They got to step up their men's fragrance. They need to step up their men's skin health care and stuff for their under regions. Get
But also a lot of
Manscaped
the Florida,
to win hockey games.
but also a lot of the
Get rid of the
Florida's
Oreo and
players-
milk. Be sponsored by Manscaped to win Stanley Cups.
But a lot of
Your
the Florida players are like a lot very skilled players. Though, like Matthew Tkachuk is not just a big guy. Like I think that's another thing. Like if you're gonna get big power forwards, like Matthew Tkachuk is a power forward, but he's also very like skilled.
They
Like
did.
Brad Marchand is a very skilled player. Like
He did try
Brad
to get
Marchand
it,
is
yeah.
not.
Marchand
Like
said
Brad
it was
Marchand
neither
is very
Toronto nor Florida.
skilled. Like I don't think he gets a lot of credit for how skilled.
Oh, he's a phenomenal.
I agree.
Brad
He's a
Marchand
great
is just-
player.
Brad Marchand's
He's a
also
Hall of
not a
Famer.
real physical player.
First
He's more
ballot,
just
even.
like a pest. He's a pest, and that's who you need to win is pest.
Yes. Fun fish.
Lisa
I
missing
have
cards
said
for
this
sure.
since trading him for Tyson Berry. That they are still have not replaced Nazem Kadri.
Yeah, like
I don't think they should have traded him, but I could understand why.
Oh, I get why they
did.
did, but I still think it was a
I
bad
don't.
decision.
I
Oh,
think it's
know
a
why it
terrible
was.
trade.
We all know
Florida
why he
has
was
depth,
traded.
and depth wins
Yeah.
playoff games. That's true. I still think the big thing for Florida is every single time it comes down to the playoff games, their goaltending is just so much better in those critical games than like in Edmonton, for example. Like nothing, no disrespect to Stuart Skinner. Again, I think for the money he gets, actually he's playing pretty well in Pittsburgh right now. But
Yeah,
I think that like you pay Bobrovsky over $10 million because when you need a save that there's no way in hell he should have made, well, he finds a way to make it, right? And that's the difference where, and I'm not saying you necessarily need that to win a Stanley Cup. You need at least good goaltending. But like when you have Bobrovsky, you know you can play god awful for a series and you still might win. That's the difference. Because Bobrovsky is the same with Vasilevsky. They are two goaltenders that can just steal you a series. And I will say this, and if David's still in the chat, he'll love this take. If Chicago goes on a run, I think Spencer Knight could be that guy.
yeah, I agree.
Spencer Knight's looked very good this year.
Yeah,
And
he
I
has.
actually could see him going on a run that gets them somewhere like very, very good. Same with even the Predators. Like the Predators are now only 1 point out of a playoff spot. I can't believe that's a thing at this point.
Mhm.
That kind of brings back to Adam's point on why he says you can't count on a team like Ottawa when I said they're done. I thought Nashville was dead out of the water 3 weeks ago. Now they're 1 point out of a playoff spot.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
always right, Jacob. You like everybody's very reactionary, and I'm like, no, like it's not like, and I hate when people say I'm positive, like I just have a positive out. No, I'm being realistic that you can't, like, oh, there's only certain teams that you can count out, but you can't say just because one team's like that when they could just go on a run and get back in. Like Chicago were dead in the water a couple weeks ago, and now they're 4 points. Like you can't, like I don't like how this like fans do this all the time. It just annoys the heck out of me.
You can laugh at me. The Calgary Flames are still only 5 points out.
They've come on a
Yeah,
run.
they still have a chance.
They
Like it's like
I would say this Calgary because they have
Without
a guy like
Anderson?
because they have Dustin Wolf. If you have a goalie like Dustin Wolf, who I think could be that good, by the way, I feel you can go on a run. Never counting out the Whalers. Oh, the Hartford Whalers. There you go.
Yeah, there were some cool gangster jerseys when Carolina was wearing them the other night.
Yeah, he's having a nice year. Lane, you wanted to put him on one of your teams, did you not?
For which one?
Boosie.
Oh yeah, I did.
Welcome to the show, by the way. Thanks for joining us at the decks. And we've got a couple new viewers tonight, so thank you. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel because that does help us huge build the algorithms. All the great, fantastic comments tonight help us build the algorithm, all the likes and shares. So please keep it up, everyone. We really appreciate it. We do more for you. So thank you.
Going to bed, but quickly, what's the best signing the Argos did today?
Oh, good question. We got to talk some Argos stuff.
And yeah, the Flames did get a point. Welcome to the decks.
That's right.
And the Argos today, they picked up a couple guys, so we'll quickly go over those.
I like the guy they got from Winnipeg. This guy,
unfortunately, Logan, who was actually, my apologies, actually in Calgary last year. No, he wasn't Winnipeg last year. Calgary.
I thought he was Winnipeg, yeah.
Running back, also a kick return specialist. So I do wonder if that means Janarian Grant is no longer going to be part of the Toronto Argos.
I love Grant.
They also brought back Dwayne Hendricks. This is the signing that I'm super excited about, Key, and anyone else who's interested. Dwayne Hendricks was part of the legendary defensive line when the team went 16-2, where they literally they were averaging 7 sacks a game. So I absolutely love this move. It's very interesting, and this almost brings me more to my point on.
I love you, Grant. Point. Don't leave the Argos.
Yeah, I love Grant as well, but this does bring me more to Lane's point. Dwayne Hendricks also played the Argos 1 year. He left, and as soon as Ryan Dinwiddie's gone, he's signing back. So it is.
I loved Hendricks. I was so happy with his signing too.
But the Argos did cut 3 players today, 3 roster players.
Oh, they cut Dozer. I like him.
Well, Dozer and Pickett play the same side.
Oh, well, okay.
And Wilder Jr. So the Argos made some interesting moves today.
Wow.
So to answer your question, in my opinion, the best move they made was bringing in Hendricks. I think Hendricks is he's a guy that the defensive line was good last year, but he's a real game changer.
They needed help though.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I still think
it took a while for them to get going the defensive line.
It did. So I think adding one more juggernaut, and he's a juggernaut. This guy's a dog on a bone. He was on the Rough Riders last year, I think, if I remember correctly.
He just won the Grey Cup.
Yeah. So I don't think the Argos are done yet, but with them cutting Dozer, it makes me think they're still very interested in keeping Winton McManus.
Right.
Well, here we go. Let's bring Sean McDermott to the Toronto Argos.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to keep it a Sean
That's
McDermott.
The Bills head coach who just got fired. You're going to keep it a buck, Lane.
Like that, and I was so confused for a second.
I think
What's your buck worth?
I think the best move the Argos did was Ryan Dinwiddie leaving. I really do think that was I think that's going to actually help the team a lot.
Today, Lane.
No, but I'm just saying, yes, what's the best move they made? I'm saying I think the best move they made was.
I thought it was she said today. Oh, okay. Never mind. They said the best signing, Lane.
But no, I do see Lane's point, though. Ever since Ryan Dinwiddie's left,
look how many players
you're
are coming
bringing all
back.
these great players who used to be here who are lining up to come back. Like Kadeem Carey joined the coaching staff.
It's relatable.
You have Pickett and Hendricks, who only played in Toronto 1 year and then they left. They had phenomenal years.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see that. I'm curious to see what other moves they make because I don't think this team is done making moves. No. I will say, whenever the Argos have one bad year, which last year was pretty damn bad, the next year they're usually very competitive. So expect a bounce back year from Toronto. Trevor Harris, I think, could have been in the NFL 10 years ago. I don't see a team going for him now. I love Trevor Harris. I think he's a future Hall of Famer in the CFL for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Can someone please tell Sean McDermott GameStop is hiring?
Yeah, dude, drop up your resume. Tell you, bro.
You know what? I'll hire Sean McDermott to be an Analyst Desk analyst. How about that?
He won't even hire me to GameStop, but he'll hire Sean McDermott. I'm going to go crazy.
Oh, Lane, your references never called me back, even though I see them every day.
You were one of them.
I can't call myself.
Dan was the other one. Dan didn't pick up?
No, Dan doesn't call me.
Oh.
I don't answer Dan's phone calls.
Yeah, literally. I mean, he's like, oh, I need 2 phones so I can answer more calls. He's got 2 phones. He knows me even more, bro.
Devils won 2-1 in overtime.
They did. That was a big game.
Oh yeah,
the
the
other one,
ECHL All-Star game was that today?
No, I
Oh, it was
think
on the
maybe
weekend, wasn't it?
Oh. Well, that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
By the way, did you guys know the OJHL All-Star game had a fight in it on Sunday?
What?
Yeah, I heard that.
And we
Yeah.
missed it?
Too busy watching football, bro.
Crazy stuff.
That's disappointing.
Pats
know.
versus Seahawks. Seahawks will
Yeah.
win that one. Then again, I said the Texans were going to beat the Patriots. I just can't say the Patriots will win when I'm a Bills fan. But I also think the Seahawks are legitimately a better team.
Seahawks are going to run over anybody they play in the Super Bowl.
I don't know if they'll run over the Patriots because that defense is so good.
That's
What the
Seahawks
video
defense is
game
better.
did predict it.
The concern continues to be, and I'm going to continue to say it until he fixes it, is that Drake May turns over the ball way too much. That's the concern.
Yeah, great comment.
I mean, yeah, GTA 6 is coming out this year in November.
No, it's not. No, it's
No,
delayed
it's
again.
not.
No, that was fake news about it being delayed again.
No.
Oh, we'll see I'll see when I believe it.
Like I heard they had a fire in their building, but apparently, like the game's playable. Like right now, GTA 6, because I was reading about it. There was a terminally ill person, and they gave the kid early access.
That's cool.
Like the game's playable, which is good for
You know what? I know this is a gas. Oh, this is actually a good gas or ass.
If you work for GameStop, this would not be an issue.
Or is it ass?
Honestly, gas or ass. I would rather sports franchises take a page out of Rockstar's book and make a game every 6 or 7 years and just give us the damn roster game instead of trying to rush the game out every year where the NHL is unplayable. The guys can barely hit. The NHL where guys don't throw right and the guys don't catch the ball. Or you can just give us the damn roster, they charge us the $80 that you're going to charge us anyways, and then make a game every 7 years where the game makes a generational jump through like GTA 6. When GTA 6 comes out, we're going to be like, it's going to be like a real life simulation of crime and violence. We're going to be like, this is the greatest game ever made.
Oh, when GTA 6 comes out, Adam's going to have to cover all my shifts for a week. I'm kidding, Adam. Don't worry about it. But no, like I'm 100% gas on this because you look at college football 25.
It was great.
It was phenomenal. College football 26 didn't get much better because they had to put out a game in 10 months. Like it was the same thing with look at the difference between NFL 2K5 and All Pro Football 2K8. All Pro Football 2K8 is the greatest football game ever made, and so many people have never even played it just because it doesn't have the NFL stamp on it.
Hey,
like I would love it if instead, maybe not every 6 or 7 years, but if maybe every 2 to 3 years, charge me $30 for a roster update.
Even $50, I'd still pay. I'd rather pay
$50, and I'll totally buy it. And then make me a phenomenal, because I think sports video games are on a huge decline, not an incline.
Oh, huge.
Actually, that's a series I would love to do if anyone's interested. I want to go back and play old sports games.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. We're talking about GameStop and esports episode here tonight. We're talking about video games. Do you guys want to see video game content?
That's a great game, actually. Yeah, Tecmo Bowl.
So, guys, I'm going to leave it in the chat right now. I found this NFL Blitz mod where we can play with current rosters. Maybe I'll do some records. Drop some comments what team you want to see me do a season with, and I'll do whatever team gets the most comments, I'll play a season with them on the NFL Blitz mod from 1990.
This is a very
only 5 years ago. Like.
No, but Lane, absolutely, Lane. Lane was showing me some of that gameplay content. It's awesome.
It's like you remember NFL Blitz 2000, the old arcade game?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? The Ask Casser I've not been able to answer.
Some sort of hates me.
Go ahead, bud. Answer.
It's ass.
Why?
It's ass because it doesn't matter how long it takes. The game's still going to be bad. You have way too much faith in EA Sports to actually make like a good
Because they had more
game.
time instead of rushing it every year.
Rockstar, the reason GTA 6 has taken so long is because Rockstar sucks at making this game clearly.
I disagree.
It's taking them this long.
You got someone that agrees with you, Adam.
It's taking them this long because they're taking they just suck at this. They're like they keep messing it up clearly. EA Sports, if you give them too much time, they're just going to screw up the game.
Well, EA doesn't care.
Like, exactly. They don't care, so they're not going to make it any better with more time.
If you really
you guys can want that all you want. I don't like it's cool if they do the mods, but they're going to just screw it up anyways.
If you really
would rather have
want
a
these
game,
games
I
to
would
get
have a
better,
new game every year.
then start supporting the indie games. Like start supporting
Right.
Maximum Football and Access Football and Soft Drink TV, which is a great YouTube channel. Yes, it's a weird name, but they did a really good video on alternatives, and now they're making so many modded or old games with new rosters. And I'm telling you, Madden 11 plays better than Madden 26. So like, if you really, I mean, I'm bad for it as well. Like I bought Madden 26, I bought the new NHL, I bought the new college football. Now I bought them all when they were half price. But if we really want to see a difference, the reason why the NFL keeps signing exclusive deals with Madden is because, well, people keep buying it. Right? Stop giving into the microtransactions and actually force them to make a better game. It's like, Dan, you used to work in sales.
Yep.
So
GameStop.
let's say,
Not GameStop, but
why would a car company make a better car if people keep buying the same crap and they can charge the same amount of money for it?
Well, that's what Toyota does.
No, Toyota builds a good, reliable product.
No, I know, but we use the same 1.8 liter in Corolla for
But
like
that's my point. So
years.
why they don't need to reinvent that? They don't need to innovate their engine because of what the consumer just buys it anyways. EA doesn't need to be innovated in their games because we'll all go and buy them anyways.
See, I kind of agree with Adam on this point. I'm ass on this one. I want the new game every year because there's going to be new features. There's going to be
but the new
possibly
features
new
aren't even any
teams.
good.
It's going to be ass either way, Jacob. Like, everybody knows it's going to be ass anyways. People still buy it. It's still going to be ass. Like, it doesn't make it... Like, people... Like, I think a big problem for people is that they assume the game is just going to be better every year because they send a bunch of stuff into EA saying, oh, you need to fix this and you need to fix this. And it's like, no, it's not going to get any better. You haven't learned your lesson clearly. It's been bad for years. They haven't changed anything. What's the point of thinking that it's going to be good?
Great hockey game was NHL 14.
Yeah, so people just stop buying the game. It's going to be
I do love
anyways.
this comment
like,
from Brandon though. Like we need more
change.
competition in the sector. Like I don't know if you
it
guys
didn't make FIFA any better. It didn't make their FIFA games any better. It made them even worse. When
I would not buy a Kia Soul. Number one, I don't want a car that fits in a hamster ball.
Hey, nothing wrong with Kia Soul.
Hey, you know what I drive? I drive big V8s that are bad for the environment but go vroom loudly. That's how you get to work. None of this fuel efficient BS.
And you tell me not to say anything controversial on here, okay, Jacob?
I say what I want.
I know.
I used to work at GameStop, apparently. But yeah, I do agree with this comment a lot. Like, I think we need more competition in the sector. If there's only one car out there, people just buy the one car, whether it's good or not. And you're getting the same thing. There's one hockey game, so everyone buys it. But 2K won't make a hockey game because they won't make enough money off of it.
Well, that's the problem.
Stopping 2K Sports from making an NHL game. It's not an exclusive license. The difference is there's no money in it. But you don't get half the game for half the price because I buy it when it's on sale.
Wait, Jacob. I have a point to make about what Brendan said. I was making it earlier, but like we talk about how like if there's like I don't think it matters if there's another competitor for EA because EA has had a competitor of years for their soccer games and they suck every year. They don't make any changes.
No, but like you look at the older.
You understand what I'm saying though? Like I don't think having more than one contender doesn't exactly mean that they're going to try. Like, they'll try to make the game good. It's still going to turn out to be, like, people are still going to find that it turns out to be ass anyways, because they didn't actually really they promised all of this stuff. They said they added all of this stuff, but the way they went about actually implementing it sucks. Like EA is just bad at making video games. They just suck at making sports games. They have for years.
Well, it's actually, if you really want to get into it,
Like-
they're using the wrong gaming engine to try to make these games. The Unreal Engine isn't for sports; it's for
So they
shooters.
suck at making it. Okay.
So they
cool.
need to stop using the Unreal Engine. And
I have no idea what you're talking about at this point.
well, no, it also
Me
do
neither. I don't
with
even know what's going
long
on.
story
Hey,
short,
they just
instead of animation, instead of physics, it's all animations. So let's say there's a body check or a tackle, and football's the worst for it. There are only so many tackle animations. So the player will always go down one of 3 different ways because of the way the animations are programmed into the game. Versus Maximum Football, which is an indie sports football game, is physics-based. So no tackle will look alike, basically, because it's supposed to look more realistic. Now, physics gaming is harder to do, but when it's perfected, yes, nerd alert, except I was a C student in high school. But you know what? When you're looking at physics gaming, it's like GTA 4 versus GTA 5, ragdoll physics versus animation. Remember in GTA 4 when you like hit a building, your guy goes flying through the windshield? That's physics.
Right.
In new sports games, it's all animation. So the more animations they add, the better it looks. But like the older games that were physics based, even though the graphics weren't nearly as good, they actually played much, much better.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm just gonna say one thing to that last comment.
I think you're lying.
It's not true.
one thing I wanted to
and just subscribe to the channel.
One thing I wanted to add to that comment, Jacob, it's kind of like Gran Turismo versus Forza, correct? The Gran Turismo uses physics and Forza uses animation. Is that correct?
Exactly. Like Forza, they'll make a Corvette and a Mustang drive basically the same because they're both sports cars.
Yeah.
Versus Gran Turismo would take the physics of how every turn, every tire, every part of the car works differently. But I agree with Adam in a sense, even if you give them more time until they stop making money, they're never going to make a difference here, right? These games are not going to get any better.
Well, that's why I'm saying I'm agreeing with Adam going ask on this comment.
But I'm still going gas because I do feel like if they weren't rushing the games, at least they would work properly. So maybe not 6 or 7 years, but I'd say maybe every 2 years with a $30 roster update in between. Because right now we get broken games when they come out, and then we don't get all the updates until 5-6 months later.
For sure.
E.T. on the Avatar. Some old school game. I don't know. One of my favorite games was, if you guys remember, Cruising the World for the Nintendo 64.
Oh,
Dan, you made yourself very blurry.
What do I do about it?
We'll cover your camera.
Okay.
Nice hand, Dan. Now move your hand. Now you're in focus.
Cool.
Good job. I don't mind the wait for GTA. Take all the time to master the game. Well, yeah, because you look at a game like Mind's Eye, which was created by a GTA developer, and or like Cyberpunk is another prime example. They finally just rushed it out. It just wasn't ready. The worst thing will be if GTA 6 takes this long and then it sucks.
It's gonna suck.
Whoa.
We know. Can I elaborate before you all jump on me? You think with the long wait that they had for this game and the amount they pushed it back, there's so much hype for the game that at this point it could only be worse than what people can expect it to be, though.
Okay.
That's the issue. When you wait, when you have too long of a wait between games and then you hype it up the way that it's been hyped up and the way people have been like really excited for this game for so long, it could only be worse than people's expectations. That's just the fact of the matter. People have a vision of what this game's going to be, and it's not going to meet what they expect it to be. And so they're going to complain that it sucks because it's not what they expected. Why would you expect anything different when Rockstar hasn't said it's going to be this way or it's going to be that way? You just envision what it's supposed to be like.
True.
And like a lot of people are going to say it sucks because they waited. It's because they kept delaying it. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
I have the odd opinion where I don't think GTA 5 is that great.
Really? I thought it was pretty good when it came
I
out.
thought the storyline left me wanting a lot
GTA
more.
4 was the best.
Compared to GTA 4 and San
Nico
Andreas.
Nico
Bellic.
Bellic,
Compared
bro.
to this is a weird conversation for a Monday night, but why
My
not?
name is Nico. Nico
I mean,
He's a
Bellic.
cousin woman.
you
Let's
look
go
at Grand
bowling.
Theft Auto San Andreas, and you looked at Grand Theft Auto 4,
Nice bike.
the storylines were so engaging. Like, I laugh. Everyone's going on about this exciting new feature, how your character can gain weight in GTA 6. I'm like, you could do that in San Andreas. I can do that in real life. Watch me eat a cheeseburger. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just kind of one of those things where I actually do agree with Adam to that sense. I think GTA 6 will be underwhelming just because everyone is going to be expecting this to be mind-boggling. Like Cyberpunk was a prime example. We waited and waited and waited, and it sucked. Have a good night, the Canadian white trash guy. I'm not calling you white trash, by the way, just so you know.
Have a good night, bud. Thanks for coming back.
I still haven't finished GTA 5, so take your time. I just cheat code a helicopter for the past 12 years. Oh, like just to mess around on it. It's great, but the storyline I found super uninspiring.
Yeah, sir.
Minnesota made the Leafs look bad. I agree.
They did. 100%.
I can't play that it's not true sound effect because that is true.
100%.
That is.
Quinn Hughes had a nice little night again.
Well, Quinn Hughes is one
assists.
of those guys that, you know, he's him.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, Trashy.
That reminds me of like a kid's show where it was Trashy the Trash Can.
I was going to say it's like Sesame Street.
No, that was actually from Good Luck Charlie.
Oh, I thought it was Sesame Street. You know, the guy who lives in the garbage can. What's his name? Oscar. Thank you. Oscar the Grouch.
On that bombshell. I think it's time we wrap up the show for the night. So if you got to get your last minute comments in, get them in. Because we're going to be wrapping up very soon.
Flo had a bad game.
Remember to subscribe to the channel. And when the Leafs lose, try not to explode. Just boo. You can laugh.
Don't pull a lane.
Yeah, I was going to say, take the train.
You hopefully won't get pulled over or shot.
Okay.
As you bounce back to your house where all you need to do to make your life better.
Subscribe to our channel.
And then your life is better.
That's right.
All you need to do is subscribe to the
That's
channel.
all. Yeah, see, that's all. That's all you got to do. I gave you the tips to life, but I'm not a life coach. But thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. Been joined by the amazing crew of Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo!
Lane Dashing Dashco.
Yeah.
And Adam the GOAT, who will not replace his microphone. Saw that in the comments, so I had to get that in there. Quickly, GTA 5 is not perfect, but you got to admit the first time. Yeah, that was crazy, that hallucination mission.
That was cool.
Night Boys also. Flyers take the win over the Golden Knights.
Oh, yeah, go Flyers.
Nice. Actually, Adam, quick update before we go. What's the college football you're watching? What's the score?
It ended.
Oh, it ended.
Okay. And with the interception.
Indiana won.
Oh, that's how it ended.
Indiana won the national championship.
Oh, I didn't realize it ended that way. Wow. Okay, cool.
Congratulations, Indiana.
I thought I was busy on the show.
But thank you very much for watching the Analyst Desk. Every day feels like game day. We will be back ASAP. And make sure you lock to the social medias. We have a special coming up very soon with some great CFL content. So until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.